Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. This is Chicago Open round 7. So this is round 7. So we already looked at round 6, right? The round 6 was the JOBAVA game, right? Or like, you playing JOBAVA against JOBAVA? Like, that's what, because that's, I like to play the JOBAVA London, right? So we already know that. But this game is called Danger Level. So I'm playing International Master Luis Carlos Torres in round 7. I'm playing white here. And here we go, right? So D4, knight f6. Knight c3, d5, right? And of course, after I got JOBAVA, like he JOBAVA'd me, right? And I'm like, wow, you gonna play the JOBAVA on me, big fella? Bruh. I play it on we actually talked after the game, Espinoza, shout out to my guy, right? And he like, yo, bro, we was talking JOBAVA back and forth, talking about lines, and we was talking about JOBAVA together. It was just like JOBAVA-ish. Like it was just a lot of JOBAVA swag going through there after the round. So it was like, all right, I'm gonna play it next round. So I play it this round, right? I play it this round, and I know in my files I checked he likes to play the B6 stuff, which is like a strange JOBAVA. So I checked some new files, and honestly here, I wanted a different kind of game. So this is what we got. Bishop f4, right, a6. This one's called Danger Levels. Remember that. Danger Levels, right? Okay, so e3. E3 happens, he goes b5. Right, and I knew this was going to happen because this is actually what he plays in the files that I saw about, like, what does he play against JOBAVA? This is the only thing he plays. So here, I can actually go queen f3 and queen g3 type style. h4 is actually the Hans-inspired stuff. I like this. Hans has actually looked at this. So h4 is the move. And then after e6, this is all theory, by the way. The idea here is after e6, I play g4. I'm also trying to, I'm just trying to literally go at him, right? This is very aggressive stuff. I love this type of position. So e6, I go g4. Very confident. He goes c5, right? And c5 here is definitely a move. Very nice. And of course, she's played it many times. But my idea is to play g5. So I play g5. He goes knight f to d7. Right, and then here the move is queen to g4. So I go queen g4. I'm actually still kind of following theory here and some stuff that Hans has looked at, also some other games that I've seen as well. I mean, queen g4, you want to go queen g3 is the idea. And B here, you could have done it the queen f3 route. But the idea is queen g3, and I'm about to go at him, right? So b4 happens. He hits the knight. I'm going to go knight c to e2. Knight a4 looks strange. I mean, you can go here in many ideas, but I didn't like knight a4 at all. In fact, let me see what the engine likes. Yeah, they don't even consider it. I don't know what's wrong. E5. Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for that, right? So that's kind of scary. Danger levels are already here. Like, yeah, you gotta be very careful. Knight c to e2. Okay, so we reached this position, knight c6, and it's white to move, right? It's white to move, so I need you to pause the video, sit here as long as you need to. Try to figure this out. What do you actually do in this position? Right here. Calculate. I'm gonna need you to calculate. Calculation over everything, right? COE. Bring it up every time. I mean, it just pops up every time. Calculation over everything. Shop Canty merch. Shout out to everybody already that supported and got your own COE stuff. We did just get an all gym bag today, all black. And we got another gym bag. We got some gym shorts coming as well. Shout out to you guys representing calculation over everything. That's exactly what we doing. All right. Now back to you. Let's get that calculation going. Okay. Calculation, white to move. What do you do? What do you do? Here it is. Here's the move. Here is the move. In fact, this is what I'm not supposed to do. What you're not supposed to do is castle. Bruh. Okay, so here, in fact, and here's the reason why. Danger levels are very real here. It's very real, and I had to, the reason why I castled is I know the rook is supposed to be on the file. There are lines where I actually do sacrifice pieces on d5. I've even done it before. But after castling here, I'm already in like a danger level for real. Like the danger levels are real right now. After castling queenside, I mean, it's already like black has just an attack. But if I don't castle queenside, in fact, the moves I'm supposed to play are easy development. Following what I'm supposed to. Knight f3, bishop g2, even going queen g3, which is what we wanted to do anyway. But here, I thought about just getting the king out of the center, thinking I would be safer over here. And then going back through the files after the game, I realized, yo, I castled way too early. Bruh. So after castling, he goes c4. He kind of locks it up. So I have some chances here, right? He's going c3, trying to go b3, queen a5. Yeah, of course it looks scary, but my goal is to literally do the same to him right now. So I'm trying to blow open everything. So in fact, after c4, I go e4, which is the best move, opens up the game. I'm trying to take on d5. If he takes, I can play d5. I like it. I like this a lot, trying to open up the center and stuff like that, right? So knight to b6 is played. After knight to b6, I go queen g3, which is the idea of bishop c7. I'm like, hey, this isn't bad. He goes rook a7. He also defends f7. He defends this as well. Right, you defend all this stuff. You've seen that rook, that strange rook move in the candidates recently, right? With Ding Loren. I think playing Richard Report. I'm not sure who that game was. But rook a7. After rook a7, I go bishop g2 to just develop the piece, obviously. Black goes a5. And I'm like, everything's fine here. Everything's, at least it seems like everything's fine. Right, I take on d5. Evaluation reads a little bit better for black. I mean, slightly. It's like 0.7, believe it or not. I played everything correct here. Knight f3. Right, knight f3 was good. I get my pieces in, and I'm thinking I'm doing great here, which I actually am. He goes c3. Look at this, bro. You better calculate. ShopCantyMerch.com. Okay, ShopCantyMerch.com. You better calculate, right? You better calculate, and you better calculate correctly, big fella. You better calculate. Can you find the best move here? White to move. What do you do? White to move here. Stop, pause the video if you got to. We'll be here all day. Okay, if you pause the video, we will be. Because we ain't really about to be here all day. But it is white to move. And the move here is actually 95, and we live. That's a big boy move from a big fella. In fact, everything is equal here. This is strong. I don't care about you taking on b2 at all. Right, after c takes b2. Now, my error here actually is not taking the pawn. I mean, that's crazy. Like why would I take the pawn and let him just freely check me? Bruh. But, in fact, I'm supposed to do that. It's like chess is such a hard game. Like, I played king b1 with the idea of saying, look at this. Like, look at how cool this is. That, like, your pawn is defending. Like, this is I'm still castle, right? I'm still like castle somehow. I'm still castle. Appreciate you, bro. Right? Thank you. But the problem is what's going to happen in the game here. Knight takes e5. I take with the bishop here. The idea here, actually, this is a really bad. It's already bad here. I mean, it's like, it's -2, but it's not, I mean, it's not clear. Its danger level still here. Now, as the engine calculates, it's like, it's not that bad. It's like -1 now, right? But I was really supposed to take this pawn, strangely enough. I mean, this is hard to do and allow knight a4. I guess I'm just going to go king a1. And literally, I'm already better. That's like so crazy. Yeah, that's like so crazy, bro. King a1 is fine. Interesting. Okay. 95, c takes b2. I play king b1. And the knight takes c5, bishop takes e5. My idea is to put the knight on f4. Like, I want to get my pieces active. Bishop to f5. I didn't waste any time here doing this. And what what I should have did? Like, what I should have did here is calculate a little bit more. Bruh. This is why I got my own gear on. Calculation over everything. I wear it so I can also remember. Yes, it's a brand, it's a thing, it's a real thing, right? Shout out to everybody supporting calculation over everything, right? But think about this. If I would calculate a better move, I already saw it. And I should have played this move. Let's see if you can find it, by the way. That's on you. See if you can find it. What do you actually do? White to move. But I saw this and I should have did this. But I wanted to do something else. And I didn't calculate enough. So I get punished for it. Let's see what happens. White to move. White to move. What do you think you should do here? Here it is. Pause the video, of course, and come back with the answer if you like. Or we'll just give you the answer right now. The answer what I'm supposed to do is bishop to h3. I saw this. I'm like, I should probably get rid of this bishop. Because this isn't doing anything, and I mean, okay, cool, whatever. And I was like, oh, you can't, like, oh, you can't even go there. What am I worried about, right? That's what I'm like, oh, bro, what are you even, like, what am I worried about? You know what I mean? I'm not worried about anything. So I go knight f4, because I'm like, yeah, I'm about to just, like, go at him now. But this right here, it's not a move, big fella. Garbage. It is not a move. In fact, after knight f4, which was played quite quickly, I didn't think as long as I should have. I didn't calculate as much, right? COE actually came after this tournament, which is recently. That's so crazy, right? But okay, knight f4. After the knight f4 move, queen to c8, right? So queen c8 happens, and he hits the c2 pawn. He hits the c2 pawn. How do you defend it? How do you defend it? Let me tell you the engine way, right? Believe it or not, the engine's like, bro, chill. Just take the pawn. What? But if it calculates, it's just fine. In fact, I mean, human, right? Human's gonna take and king here, and believe it or not, black is just better by like -1. And I'm like, man, I'm about to get mated. Like, what are you talking about? What are you even talking? I'm supposed to play rook b1. Uh, that's funny, right? That's just hilarious. So that's an engine line. So after knight f4, I go he goes queen c8. I'm already like, oh snap! Like I missed this move. I literally did, right? Just not thinking long enough. And I play rook to d2 to defend this, right? With the idea of, oh okay, if you go knight c4, I'm just gonna go rook e2 and I'm chilling, right? Like what is this? You know, I'm still okay. And then he hits me with a move, queen to c3. Boy, that is a move for you right there. That is a very, very, very strong move. You are in a lot of trouble here. The rook is hanging. The idea here is knight a4 or knight c4. In fact, knight c4 to a3 is mate, right? Think about this. Like, if I just go like rook, I mean, let's say like even taking, right? This is an easy line. Queen takes c3, b takes c3. And let's just say I move the rook down, right? Or maybe even rook e2 and knight c4. And then I go something like, I don't know, even bishop g7 check, which I looked at. Rook e7, I can even move the king. And you take the rook. And you get mated on national television. Like, sheesh, y'all see that? Danger levels, big fella. Oh my goodness. This is a family channel, right? Like, you can't get mated. Like, you can't let that I'm not about to, like, you're not about to do that to me, bro. Like, queen c3, right? So queen c3, I mean, this is just a strong, very, very strong as acid move. But I find the right continuation, which is rook e2 first, which actually is threatening bishop takes g7 and some other lines if he's not paying attention. He goes knight c4, and in a way, we still have the same line. Queen takes c3 takes. There is mate. Don't block with your face. But I do find the right move. I play a4. Boom, a4. So knight a3 check, I go king a2. And I still have bishop takes g7. So I was here. I mean, it chose the wrong time to use COE, right? Bruh. Literally. But I started really calculating some lines after like check, king here, right? And then I looked at, okay, if he queens, that's no good, but he could try bishop takes c2, which is actually not going to be any good after bishop takes g7. A king to d7, I can actually take this first, and then after knight takes, then I take the rook, and I'm actually winning now, out of nowhere, somehow winning. I also looked at this line, if king here, you have a queen, but queening is like no good, I'm just going to take, and after knight takes, then I take on g7, king moves again, and bishop takes h8. And like, I'm holding, like how d5's hanging, like what is this, bro? What is this? Bruh. Right, so, you know, I'm finding some lines here, and he has to still be cautious, right? So after a4, he plays king d7, and I was like, that's a boss move. That was a boss move. He got out of the way, because this is such an annoying thing that I always have. I'm also threatening stuff like knight takes and bishop takes d5, like I'm literally hanging on by a thread here. So I play king a2, because I didn't want the check to happen at all. And then he goes knight to e3. No, that is not the move he played. That is not the move my man's played here. There's definitely a transmission error there. That's strange. That's strange. Wait, is this what I played? Or maybe I played knight takes d5. Takes g7, takes, king takes a3. Let me see this. Rook e2. King a2. I do remember playing king a2, but knight a3 did not happen. Somehow the notation here is scuffed. Knight a3? Or did he take? End up losing this position. King d7. It's my boss brain fuel. Shout out to you. King a2 or knight e. Yeah, he didn't go knight e3 for sure. He actually checked me after king d7. Maybe I took. Yeah, I think I took. I think I was gonna capture. Did I take with the bishop? I think I did. No, I took with the knight. Knight check. King here. He played bishop e6. And then, what did I do? What did I do next? What did I do next? Here was the position. His next move was like knight takes c2 and b4. My rook somehow isn't here. Interesting. Ended up losing this position. Maybe it was something like... It wasn't here, though. I didn't go rook e3. But something like this happened. Maybe it was rook e3. And then he went knight takes... Rook takes and knight b4, and then I resigned here. But yeah, because I was like, yeah, this is just game over. But tried to fight on here. The danger levels were real. It was very real here. What it started from is me actually just not. I castled too quickly. I castled right into something when I just keep developing. And then maybe even casting kingside, which you see this already in JOBAVA's anyway, gives me a better chance. So that's danger levels. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. You already know, of course, we have the next rounds. I think rounds 8 and 9, we may not even have anything for. So this might be the end of this series, but we have other videos from the next for the next tournament. Literally, I had right after this. So I think round 8 and 9, I did take quick draws to get out of there and be like prepping for the next tournament, which is the ones coming up. The ones that we're gonna do for the channel here. Another recap. So make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. One more time for shopcantymerch.com. shopcantymerch.com. Here, catch you something over here. Got some new arrivals and new pieces. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.